Think of one word that could relieve pregnancy pain and labor pain. That same word could actually determine your status for the rest of your life, i.e., will you be rich or will you be poor? Well, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Malia, and I'm going to talk to you about that one word, that word being tattoos. I'm going to give you a little bit of insight behind the history of tattoos, how it originated, why people used them, and how people believed that it could actually help out medically. Now, the earliest evidence of tattoos dates as far back as 4000 BC. Tattoo Temple is actually a website that is dedicated entirely to the art of tattoos. And they're basically stating that the meaning of the word tattoo started from two different cultures of words. First one being Polynesian and the second one being Tahitian. The first one, Polynesian, is ta, and that's T-A, spelled T-A, and that meant to strike. Now, tatau, I believe if I'm saying it right, it's T-A-T-T-A-U, and that's the Tahitian word, and that actually means to mark something. So those words put together and obviously modernized comes into the word of tattoo. Now, there are many different theories about who first wore tattoos. There's an article on Smithsonian.com, and it's written by a lady named Kate Lineberry. The title of the article is called Tattoos, the Ancient and Mysterious History. And she basically writes that Egyptians were originally thought to be the first ones that actually bore tattoos. But after the finding of Otzi the Iceman, they realized that him and his types of people were actually the first ones. And if you don't know who that is, the Iceman is actually he's like the first fully preserved mummy that was found entirely encased in ice. Now, there are several different cultures after Iceman that wore tattoos, and this is in the same article from Kate Lineberry, and some of them were the Egyptians. They actually used tattoos as a form of social status, and they're the ones who used them to determine who was rich and who was poor. The Greeks and the Romans actually used them as well, and they used them to differentiate between the different religious groups. Some of them actually even used them to determine who were criminals or not. The Maori culture, they are types of New Zealanders, they actually tattooed their faces. And their faces, each one was different because it individualized each person. And that gave them kind of like a barcode, if you will, on their face. And sometimes it explained who they were, if they had any attributes, stuff like that. Now, as you can see, some tattoos were used as body art, and others were used for completely different reasons. And that's where I'm going to get into the medical portion of the tattoos and why people use them. They're actually believed to cure different types of body pains. And now, Egyptian women, this is in the same article from Kate Lineberry, they actually used them to help with labor pains. And what they did was, on their bodies, they would actually get pictures of a ancient Egyptian god named Bes, B-E-S, and they would actually get them on the tops of their thighs or the bottom of their abdomen. They would actually get dots as well on their bellies, as when their bellies expanded, it would look just like a beaded type of cloth, the same cloth that's used to mummify individuals to keep them preserved, and that's exactly what the reason was for the pregnant women too. They actually did the dots to help preserve the life within and to protect them. Now, it's also used as a form of therapy. Dots and small crosses were found on the Iceman's body as well, and the crosses were found on his bottom spine, as well as dots on his right knee and his ankles. And they were used as a form of therapeutic. They believe that he used them as a form of therapy. Dan Vergano, he's a science reporter and a columnist with USA Today. He actually has an article called Mummy Tattoos Hint at Ancient Indian Acupuncture. And his article actually talks about how they found mummies, especially a woman, that actually had circles all around her neck. And that was used as a form of therapy as well as upper spine. So throughout time and for many different reasons, tattoos were used by many cultures as some sort of pain relief. So now you know a little bit about the history of tattoos from 4000 BC when they were found on the Iceman to how it determined social status and how it cured headaches. Hopefully this speech helped you out a little bit more as far as understanding them. Have a good day.